This is an image of the oldest taxidermy animal in existence, on display at the Danish Museum of Hunting and Forestry. The stag is apparently over 300 years old and was killed or owned by King Frederick IV, 1671 to 1730. An X-ray of the stag shows how it is held together with hundreds of pins. Throughout history, people have been preserving humans and animals for religious purposes. The ancient Egyptians were entombed with preserved animals, which were possibly being kept as pets. In these times, preservation was a highly religious act, often thought to help the deceased pass on to the afterlife. The Egyptians had a highly sophisticated method of preservation. After removing the internal organs, the body was washed with astringent palm wine and then treated with spices and aromatics such as cinnamon. However, although this was a reliable way of preserving the body, as the deceased did not have their skin removed and the innards stuffed, it cannot be thought of as taxidermy, although the use of similar spices and aromatics was still used later on as a way of treating the skins of animals. During the 17th century, many explorers were importing spices back to the UK as they could obtain a high price for these sorts of products. They also saw the value in exotic animals. Explorers would preserve the skins of these animals as the journey back to the UK could take weeks, even maybe months. Naturalists and apothecaries were highly interested in these animals. Apothecaries for the use in their medicines, and naturalists to widen their understanding of the natural world. Many animals that were brought back, such as the platypus, were thought to be well-crafted pieces of taxidermy, as their appearance was so bizarre. Later, in the 20th century, taxidermy became popular for decoration or as hunting trophies. The process of taxidermy depends on the animal, though usually the skin is removed and treated with chemicals or tanned in the traditional way, whilst the body is either discarded and a replicated frame is made from wire, or the carcass can be dipped in plaster of Paris to form a cast. The skin is then stretched over a frame or cast, and the skin is sewn together. The eyes, teeth and tongue are often replaced with clay, glass or plastic replicas. Taxidermy is utilised within the field of taxonomy. Taxonomy is the science which deals with the study of identifying, grouping and naming organisms according to their established natural relationships. It creates a database of all the identified natural living creatures. Taxidermy creates a reference for which species can be compared to, helping to classify them as either pre-existing species already known to science or as a new species unknown to science. And so although there are lots of people who disagree with the practice of taxidermy, it has been an important tool in the field of biology for many scientists working with taxonomy. It plays a vital role. With a museum such as the Natural History Museum in London, seen here in the centre of the slide, there are many displays of different taxidermy animals. They help with education by mounting the animals in naturalistic settings and poses. The only important character from history that is missing from any collection is the dodo. The last specimen was in the Oxford Ashmolean Museum until around 1755, when the curator ordered for it to be destroyed due to wear and tear.